Before we begin, let's get one thing straight: Muslim and Arab are two different things. Arab is an ethnic group, and as such Arabs can be Christian, Jewish, atheist, Muslim or any other religion. Islam is a religion. People often forget that the largest Muslim country in the world is Indonesia, and the majority of the world's Muslims are not Arab. Many non-Arab countries around the world have large Muslim populations, including Senegal, Uzbekistan, Malaysia, Bosnia, Turkey, Cyprus and Ghana, among others. With the difference between ethnicity and religion now clarified, here are the 10 things about Islam you should know. 1. Islam means surrender or submission. Salam, which means peace, is the root word of Islam. In a religious context, the word Islam means the surrendering of one's will, without compulsion, to the true will of God in an effort to achieve peace. 2. Muslim means anyone or anything that surrenders itself to the true will of God. By this definition, everything in nature, trees, animals, planets, etc., are Muslims because they are in a state of surrender to God's will. In other words, they are fulfilling the purpose for which God created them. 3. Islam is not a new religion or cult. It is a universal way of life and civilization. Studies show that between 1.5 and 1.8 billion people in the world identify their religion as Islam. Along with Judaism and Christianity, it traces its roots through Prophet Abraham and back to the first humans Adam and Eve. 4. There are 5 pillars of practice in Islam. These practices must be undertaken with the best of effort in order to be considered a true Muslim. A. Declaration of faith, a statement proclaiming the belief in one God and that Muhammad is a prophet of God. To become Muslim, a person simply recites this statement publicly, and in Arabic. B. Formal prayer 5 times a day. C. Poor due tax, 2.5% of one's excess wealth given to the needy once a year. D. Fasting during the daylight hours in the month of Ramadan. E. Pilgrimage to Mecca at least once, if physically and financially able. 5. There are 6 articles of faith in Islam. These are the basic beliefs that one must have in order to be considered a true Muslim. They are belief in A. The one God. B. All of the true prophets of God. C. The original scriptures revealed to Moses, David, Jesus, and Muhammad. D. The angels. E. The day of judgment and the hereafter. F. Destiny. 6. Muslims believe in the one creator of the universe, referring to him as Allah, which is the Arabic word for God. Muslims worldwide, even English-speaking Muslims, frequently use the Arabic word Allah because Arabic is the language of the Quran. But Allah is no different than the God of Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. The Creator is the Creator regardless of what people call him. In the English language he is most commonly referred to as God. Yet Jesus spoke a different language, referring to God as Eloi in Mark 15:34 of the New Testament. Are God and Eloi different gods? Many Hispanics call God Dios and many French say Dieu. It would logically follow then that people who refer to God as Allah in the Arabic language are referring to the very same God. In fact, many Arab Jews and Arab Christians call God Allah. And the word Allah is written in Arabic script on the walls of many Arab churches and on the pages of Arabic Bibles. So while the understanding of God may differ between faith groups, the various names used to describe him does not change the fact that the one creator of the universe is the God of all people. 7. The Islamic concept of God is that he is loving, merciful and compassionate. Islam also teaches that he is all-knowing and the perfect judge of affairs, and will punish, or forgive, accordingly. However, Allah once said to Muhammad, "My mercy prevails over my wrath." So Islam teaches a balance between fear and hope, protecting one from both complacency and despair. 8. Muslims believe that God has revealed 99 of his names, or attributes, in the Quran. It is through these names that one can come to know the Creator. A few of these names are the All-Merciful, the All-Knower, the Protector, the Provider, the Near, the First, the Last, the Hidden and the Source of all peace. 9. The Christian concept of vicarious atonement. The idea that Jesus died for the sins of humanity, is alien to the Islamic concept of personal responsibility. Islam teaches that on the Day of Judgment every person will be resurrected and will be accountable to God for their every word and deed. Consequently, a practicing Muslim is always striving to be righteous while hoping and praying for God's acceptance and grace. 10. Muslims believe in all of the true prophets that preceded Muhammad, from Adam to Jesus. Muslims believe they brought the same message of voluntarily surrendering to God's will, Islam, in a generic sense, to different peoples at different times. Muslims also believe they were Muslims, again, in a generic sense, since they followed God's true guidance and surrendered their will to Him.